Hello and welcome to our new learning video. These videos are here for you and you've got Mr. Ives
Hello.
and myself guiding you through the next week's learning. This first video is going to be about using adjusting to add. Okay, you can have a look at our learning mountain here. The first stage on the learning mountain is going to be adding two-digit numbers to each other. It's going to be fairly simple, but it's a good base to help you with the rest of the learning mountain. We're then going to move up to the next stage, which is using money. So we're going to be involving a little bit of decimals here, but it's going to be okay because it's going to be familiar placeholders and you're going to find that it actually helps you with the next stage. And then finally, we're going to be adding decimals which aren't money. We're going to have different decimal places, which are going to make it even more challenging. Okay, Mr. Ives is going to talk us through our first question. Is that right, Mr. Ives?
That's correct. Okay, so this is the first one, and the question we're going to look at is 45 plus 19. Now, we're going to do a bit of adjusting here to make it a little bit simpler for us to answer. What I'm going to do is change the question. I'm going to change the 19 by adding 1 to 20. And I'm doing this to try and get it to a nice round multiple of 10, which will make things easier. When we've got that 20, I'm going to add it on to the original 45 on the number line. So I've got 45 there. We're adding towards the right because it's a number line we're adding. So once I've plus 20, I'll end up with 65.
Sorry about that, Mr. Ives. It's taking me a bit of time to get that down for you.
Okay, and we're currently at 65. This number actually is incorrect for our complete answer, and that's because at the start we adjusted. Now what we've got to do is readjust back to the original numbers to get the correct answer. So we originally added 20 when we should have been adding 19. So I've got to actually take away that 1 that I put on at the start. This will bring me back to the proper answer, which is 64. Now we've done that, I hope you can have a go at trying your own one. Here's a question for you. Pause the video now, have a go at the question, and then restart the video when you're ready.
Okay, now I'm going to move on to something that's a little bit more challenging. I hope you got the idea of that. The great thing about these videos is if you didn't, you can go back and have a look again. Don't be frightened to do that. It's all right. I think once you've got that first stage sorted, then you should move on to this one. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the same steps that Mr. Ives followed there. I'm going to look at those two numbers and I'm going to think, which one can I adjust to make it easier to add? Yeah, I could adjust the £2.70, but I'd have to adjust that by 30p, whereas the 99 is very close to a multiple of a whole number. So I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to cancel out that 99p. I'm going to add another penny, which is going to give me £1. I make a note of adding that 1 penny because I know that later on I'm going to have to remember what I've adjusted it by and I need to readjust back later. So I'm going to start my £2.70. I'm going to add on that pound. Now this bit is the easy bit. We know that we're adding £1 to £2.70, so that the pence doesn't change because I'm going up in a whole pound. That takes me to £3.70. Okay, now don't make the mistake that some children make in that they forget to readjust back. We need to remember that we added 1p at the start, and don't forget to account for that by readjusting and taking that penny off. Once I've taken that 1p off, it takes me back to £3.69, which is actually the calculation that I was asked to do in the first place. £2.70, add the 99p. So now that we've done that, we'd like you to have a go at your own one, which is going to be similar to the example we've just shown you. And that is £13.56, add £1.99. Pause the video, have a go, and then we're going to move up to the top of the mountain.
Okay, well done, you've made it to the top of the mountain. This is where things are starting to get tricky because we're working into more decimal places. This question, 5.7 add 0.97, is starting to work into the hundredths column. So we're going to change that number, 0.97, we're going to adjust it so it's a whole number, and we're going to adjust it up to 1. So to do that, I'm going to add on 3 100ths. So when I've added those on, 0.97 add 3 100ths will give me 1. This obviously is a much easier number to add. So I'm going to add 1 to 5.7. I'm going to move to the right hand side of the number line because we're adding. 5.7 add 1 equals 6.7. Thank you, Mr. Redfern.
All right.
And we're halfway there now. I've adjusted at the start by 0.03. That means now I've got to readjust, take away those 3 100ths that I originally added, and this should take me back to my normal answer, the final answer. 6.67, taking away those 3 100ths, will take me down to 6.67. This is our final answer. Why don't you have a go at doing one yourselves now? Pause the video, check out this question, and have a go. What is 13.2 plus 8.97?
Well, we hope you enjoyed our learning videos. If you want to look at any examples again, just go back to the start. If you've got any questions, come and see us on Monday. We'll always be happy to answer them. See you next time.
Goodbye.
I don't know where the stop button is. It's there.